Hey guys, today we're going to react to Crimson King, I was going to say, but it's King Crimson, Lizard, Prince Rupert Awakes, Bolero, and the Battle of Glass Tears and the Big Top. This is apparently like a suite or something like that, I'm not really sure. 23 minutes long, so it's very long. And we're going to react to all of it. So if you guys are interested in more prog rock and whatever genre you guys might like, then there's a lot of that on the channel. Duration is not an issue. I can literally react to hours of like prog rock. So send me in the comments really cool bands and stuff like that. But today we have King Crimson. I have indeed listened to King Crimson before. Before I even started this channel, I think I've listened to the entire first album. What is it called? In the Court of the Crimson King, I think it's called. The debut, pretty much. And I have also listened to Starless. So Starless, Red, that kind of stuff. I have indeed listened to those, but I haven't listened to this one, and I haven't really seen this album before, so this is my first time ever. No clue what it's about. All I know is that apparently John Anderson is this one. In this one, John Anderson from the band Yes. So that's gonna be interesting. I think he's in Prince Rupert or Rupert. I'm not really sure. Awakes. I think he's in that one, and the rest I'm not really so sure. So we're gonna play this in 3, 2, 1, play. Also, we're going to analyze the lyrics later, so if you guys are interested to see what my interpretations are, we'll do that as well. And apparently my browser just crashed, so hang on. Okay, so now it should probably work. We'll go back, but I'm going to tell you guys my first impression, what I'm thinking about the song, what the song kind of represents, what I'm feeling about the song as well. We'll talk about the instruments first. The instruments are really cool. Honestly, what really takes it for me, like in skill, talent, I would say is probably the bass. The bass is always on the background and kind of doing the subtle work of not really just jumping frontwards and drawing the other instruments, but really staying in the background, but being the driving force of the band pretty much. So although it's on the background and it's kind of like hard to hear over the trumpets and all these instruments over it and the piano as well, it's always on the background, kind of like guiding the path towards the progressiveness of the song. So that's really cool. I don't think there was a flute. I think there was maybe a mellotron. I don't really know that many instruments except for like guitar, bass, and like drums and stuff. So I can't really, like say that is a mellotron or whatever. I can't really point that without like 100% certainty. So you guys can tell me in the comments, or I can just look on the description of this video as well. But yeah, I also think that the drums are really subtle, just like the bass. It's not really going crazy or anything. I would say that the moment that it really went crazy with all the dynamic tapping and stuff was probably at the very beginning, but then it kind of like faded out a little bit to let the silence kind of be as loud as possible, Like, I feel like the silence is really what builds a lot of the tension and the immersion of King Crimson. Really makes you like float around and like kind of like forget where you are and just focus on the song. Really just forget about all the problems. Close your eyes and enjoy the ride pretty much. And there was also the guitar. The guitar is really cool. I think we had like a solo at the very beginning right here or something like that. Not really like the craziest blues solo or whatever, but it's just perfect, like perfectly instrumental to the sense that it's not like the main focus of the song, but it's like one of the subtle little sounds that really make a change in what the song sounds like, And I feel like that's the magic of King Crimson most of the time, which is adding little subtle effects that add a lot to the song, even though they're not that loud or not that, apparent. They're very subtle. There was also a lot of other instruments, but yeah, that's about it. About the feeling, I'd say there's a little bit of despair, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of sorrow, perhaps. It's a little bluesy, a little. It's kind of like it started as a fairy tale, kind of like. I feel like there was like some kind of like old folkloric tale being told to us, and I didn't really listen too much to the lyrics because I was focusing more on the sound instead of trying to interpret what they are talking about, because I have no lyrics right here, but we will analyze it later. But yeah, like it added a lot to the atmosphere that was kind of like sorrowful and despairful as well. And it kind of reminds me of Starless more than the debut album, I would say. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, so let's go back in and hands up in the air. That was really good. That was probably like, oof, that was really good. I don't know what part that was. Maybe that was the bed of glass tears. That was just crazy tastic as well. Oof, okay. I feel like if the song ended there, that was already like one of the best songs I probably ever heard. That was really good, like actually like really good. But yeah, I'm surprised people I'm looking at the timeline, of the video. I'm surprised most people don't really watch this part of the song, Most people watch the intro and like the mid of the song, which is good as well, but this one is just off the rockers, This one is just crazy good. And who's the drummer, by the way? Who the frick is the drummer of King Crimson during this time? Because I know that they had a lot of drummers, so it must have changed with time. I know that Bill Bruford apparently, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but I do it like Bill Bruford, I don't know. But I know that he played the drums for in one of their shows, I think. Pretty sure. Not really sure if he was in here as well. Maybe he was, I'm not sure. But tell me in the comments, who the frick is the drummer in this song? Because this was just fantastic. I'm gonna replay that just because that was just so good, I think those trumpets. I think there was a saxophone actually, and trumpets, so it was both. But those were really good. I like their dynamics on like the instruments. It's not just the classic lineup of four people playing bass, guitar, drums, and I don't know, vocalist. It's also like a lot of other like classical music instruments like harps, probably pianos as well, probably all kinds of pianos that I have no clue how to pronounce the name, like I have no clue at all. I think there was a flute in there, but I'm not really so sure. I know that the first one, the debut album of King Crimson had a flute, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know who played it. Maybe it was Greg Lake, but I think he's not in here anymore in King Crimson. I think he's also playing in Emersonlakeandpalmer, which is a really good trio as well. And yeah, it's the best thing ever. Whew. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see till the end what it's going to, what's gonna be the resolution, and then we're gonna analyze the lyrics, and that's it. Yeah, this is great. I don't know, Spielberg movie, some action movie, some Michael Bay movie was like if King Crimson made like a soundtrack, movie soundtrack, like just added a lot of drama as well as the little King Crimson flavor. This is what it feels like, and just went away like crazy, like it's totally off. But yeah, I think that's the end of the song. That was Lizard, sweet. That was really good. I have no clue what it's talking about, but we'll check the lyrics very soon. And maybe it's like a reference to Jim Morrison, because if you take the title King Crimson and you just remove the king and just add lizard, it makes up the King Lizard, so like a reference. But yeah, like I was about to say, this song is great. It's 23 minutes long, the perfect duration for it, and everything was really good, like from the very beginning to the end. It was fantastic, it was great. And there was a lot of like instrumental, not a lot of vocals, which is fine, which I really appreciate the nerve to not really give in to the radio friendly group of pop, or just smear your work with a lot of vocals just for the sake of making the listener happy, and making the critics happy. Let's be honest, because all the true listeners are probably going to be very happy uh, to the fact that there's no vocals, but the critics are probably fuming right now. But yeah, this is really good. Kind of like blends in with classical music, with rock a little bit. Not a lot of rock, I'd say more like classical, and kind of like really its own genre, I'd say. Like it has its own identity. It's not just prog rock, classic prog rock. It's King Crimson prog rock. Let's just say that. And yeah, let's read the lyrics to see what they're talking about. And I'll catch you back later. Okay, so I read a little bit of The Lizard by King Crimson, and apparently it was indeed sung by John Anderson. So we have some of the lyrics. I read a lot of it, and I still have no clue exactly what it's talking about. But you guys can help me in the comments trying to figure this out. And apparently a lot of people don't know, because there are no notes or anything like that. The literal description of the song is literally like, this is the fifth and final track off of King Crimson's third album, Lizard. This is also the longest music piece they ever made in their career. So there is not a lot of information, not a lot of stuff to go on, except for like the lyrics. So we're gonna try to go verse to verse, and see if my brain can work to make this make sense. So the first verse is, farewell the temple master's bells. The temple master's bells. I wonder what that is. His skills can his black worm seed, courtship solely of his word, with Eden guaranteed. So maybe this is somebody who promises the Eden, pretty much heaven, promises something that is maybe an utopia, maybe something that is supposed to be good but doesn't actually make his promise. Maybe a politician, maybe somebody who's in power. The temple master, maybe that's who it is. The temple master is somebody who's going to solely upon his word guarantee Eden. I don't know. For now, Prince Rupert's tears of glass make saffron Sabbath eyelids bleed. So maybe Prince Rupert, I'm gonna call him Rupert, okay? Is the son of the temple master. Maybe it's like a hierarchy where, kind of like a monarchy as well, where the son is supposed to take the king, or I guess I could say the King Crimson. I don't know. King Crimson's place, and he's going to be the next king. Probably he's crying tears of glass. I wonder what that is. Yeah, I have no clue. I was gonna say like maybe it's glass because it's cold and it froze, but that's not how you make glass. Make saffron Sabbath eyelids bleed, scar the sacred tablet wets, on which the lizards feed. I wonder what the metaphor for the lizards is supposed to be. Like, what are the lizards? I don't know. Wake your reasons, hollow vote, wear your blizzard season coat, burn a bridge and burn a boat, stake a lizard by the throat. So maybe this is supposed to represent, compulsive behavior, just burn a bridge and burn a boat, just act on your emotions, not by reason, and just burn everything down and just go crazy pretty much. Just take a lizard by the throat. Why your blizzard season cold in a day that is maybe sunny? Wake your reasons hollow vote. Go Polonius or Neo. And apparently Polonius is a character in Shakespeare's Hamlet, which is apparently somebody in power, like the temple master maybe, or the Prince Rupert. And he's supposed to be like kind of foolish and ignorant and somebody who is kind of a tyrant, but in a unaware way, pretty much. Somebody who's unaware that, they are pretty much just ignorant, Go Polonius or Neo, pretty much somebody basically telling them either you become ignorant and use your power in a foolish way, or you kneel towards somebody who is going to do exactly that, The Reapers name their harvest dawn. The Reaper's name. Wonder what that means, What's the Reaper's name? Maybe that's Polonius, ignorance, their harvest dawn. Maybe it's the harvest dawn is supposed to be ignorance. Like, for example, many times in history, the reason why so many people died, or I guess were taken by the Reaper, was because of ignorance, because of people like Polonius, which took power and didn't really know what to do with it, except for their own selfish reasons, And in the process, many people died and were taken by the Reaper. All your tarnished devil's spoons will rust beneath our corn. Not really sure what corn's supposed to represent. Now bears Prince Rupert's garden roam across his rain tree shaded lawn. Lizard bones become the clay, and there a swan is born. Maybe this is supposed to represent like rebirth, If there once was like a garden, apparently, now it's like kind of like a dead place, dead trees, where once was a garden full of nature, full of green. Now resides lizard bones that become the clay, and a swan is born. So maybe this is talking about the cycle of life, how even though somebody dies, there's always somebody to be born. Maybe rebirth in a spiritual way, maybe. Wake your reasons hollow vote. So it's pretty much the chorus. Gone soon pie powders mossweed court. That sounds like a weird amount of like mishmashed words. Round which upholstered lizard sold. So apparently it's talking about in the annotation. In England, a borough would establish a unique tribunal known as Court of Pie Powders during fairs or markets. These courts possessed extensive authority to adjudicate personal matters occurring within the market, such as conflict between the merchants, cases of theft, and instances of violence. So pretty much it's like the court of the market, let's just call it that, in a simple way. By the way, English is not my mother language, so it's not like I can speak perfect English and I have an accent, Visions to their leaden flock of rainbows and gold. So pretty much, visions of the leader start to grow, and the of rainbows ends pretty much treasures and gold at the end of their government, maybe. Now tales Prince Rupert's peacock brings of walls and trumpets thousandfold, prophets changed for burning masks and reels of dreams unrolled. maybe this is like supposed to be like a what is it called, like a like some kind of like prophet that is going to tell the future of Prince Rupert, what's going to happen in the future, because I know that the Battle of Glass Tears happens, which is supposed to be like some kind of like actual battle between Prince Rupert and somebody else. Night enfolds her cloak of holes. Maybe this is talking about England. For some reason, that's what came to mind. Around the river meadow, old moonlight stalks by broken plows. Highs, spokeless wheels in shadows. Sentries lean on thorn wood spears. Blow on their hands, stairs eastwards. I cannot read. Burnt with dream and taught with fear. Dawn's misty shawl upon them. Free hills apart, great armies steer. So maybe this is like some kind of battlefield. Spit, oath, and curse as day breaks. So pretty much they are gonna attack at night. Forming lines of horse and steel, by even yards march forward. So they're trying to get somewhere to fight, pretty much. So in the end, there is an instrumental which pretty much just indicates the fact that maybe Prince Rupert died in the end, and the instrumental is called Prince Rupert's Lament, so it's pretty obvious, you can connect dots. And the last instrumental is called The Big Top, which is kind of like a crazy instrumental going nuts and ends, going to the left ear pretty much. I wonder what that means. Maybe it's supposed to be like war, like in the middle of the battlefield, then your senses kind of like stop getting information because you're dying. Maybe you're Prince Rupert in the battlefield, and maybe the army or the soldiers are going to the left, and then you're just on the other life, pretty much. That's what I think. My interpretation is, I'm pretty sure there is more to it, so you guys can tell me in the comments, and also comment down below other songs by Kingcrimson or other prog rock bands that you want me to check out in the future. Put that in the comments. And I think Peter Seinfeld, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. I think he died last week, so rest in peace to him. I think he's the one that wrote the song, if I'm correct, with Robert Fripp. So yeah. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, because this takes a lot of time. And I honestly do it for passion, because I really like these bands. So do support, and ironically, you're just, if you do subscribe and leave a like, I'll make a living out of these. And I don't know, maybe prepare for the future, see what's up ahead, But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye bye.